Mr. Hemingway, we are live and ready to begin.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. I call to order the January 26, 2021 Board of Directors meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Foose,
Here.
Ms. Hogan,
Present.
Mrs. McWhirter,
Here.
Ms. Nyman,
Here.
Mr. Updegrove,
Here.
Mr. Brophy,
Here.
Mrs. Denon,
Here.
Mrs. Deeroff,
Present.
Mr. Hemingway,
Here.
all present.
We'd all stand for a pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one
one
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we had a previous executive session announcements on January 8th under personnel, 55 minutes. January 12th, personnel, 25 minutes. And January 26th, we had an informational update, and that was 30 minutes. That brings us to public comment period number 1. I understand that nobody has signed up. Just to clarify, that's correct?
That is correct.
Okay. If we could move to the approval of the minutes, of January 12th, 2021.
Deeroff moved. McWhirter seconds.
I have a motion by Ms. Deeroff, a second by Mrs. McWhirter. Any questions or comments? Okay, if we could take a vote, please.
Mr. Foose,
Yes.
Ms. Hogan,
Yes.
Mrs. McWhirter,
Yes.
Ms. Nyman,
Yes.
Mr. Updegrove,
Yes.
Mr. Brophy,
Yes.
Mrs. Denon,
Yes.
Ms. Deeroff,
Yes.
Mr. Hemingway.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Ms. Torsha, I believe the next section would be yours. Recognition and student showcase, please.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Yes, under each voting meeting, we are recognizing our seniors. So welcome to our tonight's senior spotlights. Congratulations to Ashley Erb. Ashley attends BCTC and has transitioned successfully into their service occupations program. Ashley appears headed towards a future in food preparation. During theory, her interest and initiative have led to demonstrated performance when learning about and practicing hands-on tasks. Ashley also practices her skills at home when prepping meals for her family. Ashley's work ethic is worthy of praise. Her assignments are often completed in advance, and she looks forward with excitement to learning new things. Ashley is a pleasure to have in class and a role model for other students. Congratulations, Ashley. Next, we would like to congratulate Brandy Meredith. Brandy is a senior at Bash and is presently attending Berks Career and Technology Center, majoring in sports medicine and rehabilitative therapy. Brandy is presently preparing for her national certification as a physical therapy technician with the American Medical Certification Association. Her test will be in April of 2021. Brandy is a member of HOSA, Future Health Professionals. She has been nominated Student of the Quarter on a few occasions for demonstrating academic excellence and leadership. Presently, she is doing a co-op experience at Premier Orthopedics Physical Therapy in Pottstown, PA. Following graduation, she will be attending college to become a physical therapist. Next, we have, Silali Reyes Perez, and she is one of the most accomplished seniors in the art department. She has taken introduction to painting, intermediate drawing, advanced drawing, and is currently in AP Art, where she is investigating the long-term impact of not recognizing small moments of joy. She is a student leader on the Green Alleys Board of Directors, the secretary of Key Club, and has made high honors every year. She is a member of Academic Challenge, the Math Team, and National Honor Society. In the last 2 years, she has completed 250 hours of community service. Currently, she is applying to several schools and weighing her options for what seems to be a very bright future. Way to go, Citlali. Finally, congratulations to Tori Vile. Tori has been an ever-present member of the art department since her freshman year. She has taken introduction to computer graphics, intermediate computer graphics, introduction to animation, introduction to painting, introduction to drawing, intermediate drawing, advanced drawing, and introduction to mixed media. Currently, Tori is working on her AP art portfolio, where she is researching and creating work based on historic public fears and superstitions. When Tori is not creating artwork, she is a member of the National Honor Society and an ambassador Girl Scout and the art director of the Accent Bash's Creative Writing magazine. We're also proud to celebrate that she was recently accepted to Susquehanna University. Artwork by both Citlali and Tori will be included in an upcoming edition of Let's Talk Tuesdays and posted to social media. Once again, I'd like to congratulate all, and we will be featuring you in next month's Let's Talk Tuesday. So congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations to all of you.
Next, we have Board of School Directors recognition. So normally tonight we would present each of you, each of our school board members with certificates and tokens of appreciation in honor of School Board Recognition Month. While those things will need to wait until we are together in person, I wanted to take a moment to personally thank all of our school board members for your support throughout the past 5 months. It has been, dare I say, fun getting to know each of you and working with all of you and serving our learning community. Your willingness to make yourselves available to me at any time, day or night, and to collaborate and openly discuss even the toughest of decisions is genuinely appreciated. I'm grateful for your willingness to ask the tough questions and to listen with an open mind during this challenging time for public education. And as elected representatives of our entire community, you volunteer the gift of your time to benefit children. So thank you for your service and thank you for your support. Next, I believe we have Josh Lashinsky, an 11th grade student from Mr. Valek's Advanced Engineering Design class, who would also like to make a presentation.
Yes, hello, I'm Josh, as previously mentioned, and I'm here on behalf of the students with a letter of gratitude. So without further ado, I'll begin. So a quality public education is a key that can open many doors of opportunity for students. Providing that education takes a team of committed people, from educators and staff to parents and administrators. The team of 9 members of our local school board are important to this team, making informed decisions that direct the course of our public schools. Every January, we take time to celebrate and recognize the challenging and vital work they do on behalf of our students, families, and community. As a token of our appreciation, we would present 3D printed cell phone holders. They were developed by myself, an 11th grade student at Bash, and my classmates in Mr. Valek's Advanced Engineering Design class. As promising engineers, we developed the design using a CAD program, SolidWorks, and 3D printed them with an Axiom 3D printer. Once again, we thank the board members for being everyday heroes and making myself and my fellow students' success their priority. Thank you.
And I believe, Josh, Dr. Foley has those cell phone holders in his possession. Is that correct? Dr. Foley?
Yes, that is correct. I do
Okay.
have one of these, and I've got one with me if you can see it here. You get to,
There you go.
yeah,
And
so it's
So we'll
pretty
get
neat.
those, yep, we'll get those out to the board members and, the very next time that we can get together. So thank you, Josh, for your presentation
Well, thank you.
and for the wonderful gift that you're providing to the board members. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
All right, at this time, Mr. President, back to you, student representative report.
Okay, we're gonna hear in from Eric and Sarah. They're our student representatives and they have a report for us tonight. You guys are up.
All right, hello everyone. In tonight's report, Eric and I would like to use our time to provide a course of action for the remainder of the school year. Earlier this week, Eric and I had the privilege of meeting with Mr. Foos to share a presentation about an upcoming webpage for the board student representatives, among other important initiatives to improve our student experience. In this, we are planning on providing further details on these ideas in the next report, but we will provide our goals for these initiatives. To elaborate on that, Eric and I believe this webpage could serve as a hotspot for students to gain an understanding of what's being discussed during meetings. This page will include a way for Boyertown students to ask questions to the student representatives about topics they see fit or that concern them. We will also use the site to provide meaningful and objective updates on school topics, events, and a bulleted monthly synopsis of our activities and findings. As questions arise from students, Eric and I would like to develop strategies to most accurately answer their questions. As students move forward with their lives, it is important they develop a foundation for public speaking and leadership so they can expand on these abilities. This page will be a tool to become educated on events in the community and reach out to student leaders for guidance.
In addition to our student webpage, my goal before the completion of my senior year is to develop a student leadership platform that is centralized and will help respond to student concerns. The newly proposed student government body, which was originally brought together by Dr. Foley last year, served as a test bed for this new platform, which I hope can be cemented into our student leadership for the foreseeable future. The program, formed last year, was created just months before the pandemic and was tasked with tackling student body issues like low participation and morale for school events. These tasks are ones that I believe are best confronted by a unified student leadership. Due to the unforeseen challenges of the year, focus had to be shifted away from these efforts to confront other challenges, understandably. However, I don't want to lose this sentiment and hope that activities like it can continue after the pandemic. For this purpose, the group we intend to create will represent all students within the district and respond to their overarching concerns while aiming to cultivate a more connected school community where older students empower those in the younger levels. My hopes for the program, if allowed to move forward, include increasing communication among the different levels of our student body, elementary through high school. We would work to provide a connected system of leadership that allows future student board representatives in our position to represent all student voices more effectively than possible at the moment. In addition, this will be a platform for our students to build their leadership skills, which are crucial for success in daily life beyond their education. Recently, Sarah and I discussed the inner workings of this platform with school leaders, and we look forward to sharing more information, specifics, and updates on our progress in the coming weeks. I'd like to briefly move on and provide comment on current and future school events. The Student Council has been reconstructing development to move forward with a Safe Minithon, Wish Week, and other exciting events while following current guidelines. The class of 2021 has begun assessing its end-of-year plans under current restrictions. I'm excited to announce that our sports have begun practicing again. The Bash swim team will have their first official meet on Thursday, February 4th. The varsity and junior varsity boys and girls basketball teams had their first game on Friday, January 22nd. We'd also like to congratulate Jay Maldonado on 100 high school match wins as a member of the Boyertown wrestling team. As always, we wish our Bears the best of luck in the remainder of their winter season.
Next, and most importantly, Eric and I would like to take this time to acknowledge the passing of Joshua O'Connor earlier this month with a moment of silence. Thank you. Joshua O'Connor was a kind, compassionate, wonderful person who will be sincerely missed. Our support and love go out to Josh's family as they go through this difficult time. And as a community, it is essential that we come together in times like these. In honor of Josh, the 11th grade class officers have been hard at work developing a tribute video and other honorary items to come. And then finally, once again, thank you board and community members for your continued collaboration and attention. Eric and I look forward to our upcoming endeavors. We hope we can positively impact and inspire future leaders and follow in the board's pursuit of the best education possible for our district. Have a great night and please stay safe during these unpredictable times.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Great report.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Great.
everyone.
Yeah, great job, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on now to Mr. Hayes and our treasurer's report.
Good evening.
Hold up, let's back up. Does anybody have any questions for Eric or Sarah? None? Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Hayes. I just wanted to throw that out there. Again, Eric and Sarah, thank you so much. Mr. Hayes.
Good evening. I would like to highlight some of the items for the month of December. For local revenue, local taxes, we have collected approximately $73,586,000 for the current school year. And delinquent taxes, we've collected approximately $83,000. And for state revenue, we have received from PDE basic subsidy approximately $1.6 million, followed by transportation is $1 million, and the retirement subsidy, $923,000. Moving on to federal revenue, Title I subsidy, from the state, we've received approximately $106,000, in Title IV, $27,000. In regards to December expenditures, salaries and benefits account for 72% of the monthly expenditure. This concludes the December Treasurer's Report. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm looking for a motion to accept.
I'll motion. I'll second.
That's a motion from Mr. Updegrove and a second from Mr. Brophy. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, let's, if we could go to a vote, please.
Mr. Fuss,
Yes.
Ms. Hogan,
Yes.
Mrs. McWhirter,
Yes.
Ms. Nyman,
No.
Mr. Updegrove,
Yes.
Mr. Brophy,
Yes.
Mrs. Denon,
Yes.
Mrs. Deeroff.
I got all my questions answered, so I'm voting yes tonight. Don't everybody get excited.
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
motion passes unanimously.
Okay, Secretary's report.
Excuse me.
Yes, yes.
I voted no. So it was not unanimous.
Yes, she did. I heard. She voted no on the financial report.
I'm
It
so
wasn't
sorry.
unanimous.
I'm sorry. I did not hear that. I will change the record to reflect 8-1.
Okay, to clarify, that was an 8-1 vote.
Yeah.
Okay, Secretary's report.
No report at this time.
Solicitor's report.
No report.
I have no report. That brings us to Superintendent's report.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I do have a report.
Fantastic.
I would like to take this opportunity to update the school board and our community on our plan to move towards expanding our in-person instruction model. I wanted to let everyone know that currently both of our middle schools and BASH, Boyertown Area Senior High School, have reached out to families of students who have not been experiencing success through virtual instruction. And since then, we have invited these students to access school 4 days a week to help them, start feeling successful and to, just do what we need to do to support these students. This invitation went out to our students about 2 weeks ago, and as a result, we have been seeing more students in our classrooms, and hopefully we're starting to see them, feel more successful with the opportunity to be in person. Additionally, we've reviewed the data from the recent survey that had been sent to secondary families, and we will begin next week, that would be Monday, February 1st, in pivoting BASH from the hybrid model to offering those who responded to the survey the opportunity to attend school 4 days per week. Pivoting to 4 days per week of instruction at the high school will enable our vocational students to now attend 4 days at BCTC, which is a great opportunity for these students. It'll give them at least half of the year to have a little bit more time in their shops and to be right there next to their peers who have been also in those shops in our surrounding school districts. Those families that chose to remain virtual and or hybrid are going to continue with the model of instruction that they feel best is serving their students and that they're most comfortable with. And again, I wanted to just reiterate that we will be moving forward with more in-person instruction for our high school students beginning Monday. There will be a communication coming out to families from BASH, from the administration, giving you more information and making sure that everyone understands who are those that are coming in. It's really reflective of those that responded to the survey. Our middle schools, grades 6 to 8, well, we have a few more challenges there, and a bit more planning must happen before we can offer more in-person instruction at this level. We need some additional furniture to help to provide social distancing during our lunch hours. We're going to need to expand the lunchroom. So we're going to need to make sure that we have adequate staffing for those additional in-person numbers. There's just some more things that we need to be able to do to make sure that we are doing that transition in a safe manner. So the transition for grades 6 to 8 is targeted for no later than February 16th, with a very hopeful goal of February 8th. But again, all of those pieces need to fall together so that we can safely transition more students back into the school. Again, the same for our families at the middle level who are comfortable with their current model, whether it be hybrid or virtual. They may certainly remain in those instructional models as well. And there will be information again coming from the middle level, communicating to parents and sharing out when opportunities for additional time for in-person can be extended to other students who did not respond back saying they were ready for that right now. I also wanted to let people know that, we have been providing information to our staff with regards to the vaccine. Unfortunately, right now, it seems like the vaccine is not getting to the places that it needs to be in order for it to be distributed. But I am, constantly working on leads, and I was given one today. And I just want to let everybody know that I am working with a partner with regards to the vaccine, and hopefully we'll be able to use our high school as a place to bring people to be vaccinated. So once there's information to share, I will be sure to get this information out. But this was new and breaking news, and I just wanted to give some people a sneak preview that we are constantly working and trying to ensure that we're doing what we can for our staff. So that completes my report, Mr. President. Back to you.
Okay, well, that'll lead us into, once again, your report and the consent agenda.
That's right. So what I would like is that the Board of School Directors approve the consent agenda as presented.
You're off mute.
I'll second.
Okay, it's a first from Ms. Deeroff, a second from Mr. Updegrove. Because it is the consent agenda, there shouldn't be need for any comments or questions. So we should go right to a vote.
Mr. Foose,
Yes.
Ms. Hogan,
No.
Mrs. McWhirter, Mrs. McWhirter,
Mrs. Kincaid, I think Mrs. McWhirter lost her connection and is trying to get back on.
yes, I don't see her in the participants.
And I apologize for speaking without being recognized first.
Ms. Nyman,
Yes.
that was a yes.
Yes.
Mr. Updegrove,
Yes.
Mr. Brophy,
Yes.
Ms. Denon,
Yes.
Mrs. Deeroff.
Yes,
Has Mrs. McWhorter returned to the Zoom?
Yes, what are we voting on?
We're voting on the consent agenda, Mrs. McWhorter.
Okay, yes.
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
motion passes 8-1.
And that's back to you, Mr. President.
Okay, on our itemized agenda, dealing with superintendent. I'd like to start us off. I'm gonna make a motion to appoint Mary Beth Torsia as Boyertown Area School District Superintendent as contracted. She's to serve commencing July 1st, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2026. Could I hear a second?
I will second that.
Second from Ms. McWhorter. Any additional questions or comments?
I'd like to make a comment.
Okay. You're on mute.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I was just I usually hold down my space bar and I didn't want to do this. So I just wanted to give some of the reasons why I am voting yes for Mrs. Torsia. She is someone who encompasses our vision and our mission and our goals. She is always looking for ways to, in her words, work smarter, not harder, to get our district to be exceptional, innovative, and an exceptional, innovative learning community that enables all of our students to succeed in a changing world. When she was assistant superintendent, she started the BEST program. That was her idea. That was her vision and her idea, and she brought that forward. It brought students back into the district instead of going to outside environments. So giving our students opportunities for growth while saving the district a fair amount of money. She's used both internal and external data to evaluate our processes and procedures. And she's been our policies person prior to this point, and even still working with the school board on one of our main functions of governance. She has an open door policy, not only with all of us on the school board, but with all of her staff. I know that at Wednesday meetings, she reminds them that that they can contact her with any questions, as well as with the public. I've seen her reach out to the public many times. And since taking over as our acting superintendent, she has fostered communications with all of us on the board, making for us a better board and therefore a better school district. So I'm happy to vote for Mrs. Torsia. I appreciate all that she's done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McWhorter. I see Mr. Foose.
Yes, thank you. Similarly, I think what Ms. McWhorter just ran down was a pretty thorough list of the reasons that Ms. Torsia is a good fit for this position, and I think that most of the board, hopefully we'll find out soon, agrees. Having gone through the last search, we interviewed a bunch of candidates, and I believe that if Ms. Torsia was in that bunch, she would certainly have been at the top of our list at that time as well. So I appreciate the work that she's done in the time leading up to this, but really having stepped into such a challenging moment for our district and being able to navigate through that, I think we owe her an opportunity now to lead outside of a pandemic. So giving her some time to carry out a vision and a plan, I think is an excellent idea. I think it's great to have an internal hire. And I believe that this is also an opportunity to help grow our talent pipeline within the district. And we have some very talented people that report to her and that work beneath her and that are doing excellent work as well. And I hope that in the time that she is with us, she continues to upskill them, and maybe we have our pipeline and we have some continuity. And I believe that all the students and staff in our district will benefit greatly from that.
Thank you, Mr. Foose. I'm just going to go down my list. I have Mr. Brophy, Ms. Denon, and then Mrs. Deeroff.
Okay, it's not often a school board gets to vet a candidate for such an important position to the level that we were allowed to vet Mrs. Torsia. She stepped into a void several months ago. She's filled that void admirably. She's led the district through a really rough patch here, and she's done it, I think, with character. She's worked great with the board through the whole time. We've listened to her. She's listened to us. And I think that helped get us through where we are right now. And I think a lot of the steps we took, others took later than we did. And I look forward to working with her through the, all the futures. I think we'll continue to lead with her guidance. So I thank you, Mrs. Torsia, and I really look forward to working with you going forward.
Okay, Ms. Denon.
Thank you, Mr. Hemingway. Yes, I just want to say that I am very happy to be voting to install Mrs. Torsia as our superintendent. A lot of people who do not realize that Mrs. Torsia came to us from Daniel Boone, where she was a superintendent. So we are getting someone who has great leadership skills, has done the job before, and is extremely, extremely competent. And I know that she came here and her heart has always been with our special ed population. And I think that has been such an incredible asset as she filled in the void that we had, especially during the pandemic, and that that population of our students had a champion. I think also that, the fact that she is able to get along with such a large, diverse community. We have 7,000 students and, over 1,000 employees. And she's been able to navigate us in a very, very difficult time where there are strong emotions and, parents who are struggling themselves with the education of their children. And I think she's done that with patience and grace, and shown great leadership skills. So I am very happy that she will be coming aboard and joining us now as a superintendent.
Thank you, Ms. Denon. Ms. Deeroff.
Well, everybody said everything I was going to say. So I think I should be able to vote twice to make up for it. However, there's one thing I can add with Mrs. Torsia. Oh God, at the helm, I see visions of us becoming a blue ribbon high school. I know she can do it. I know she wants to do it. Her heart, she may live not in our district, but her heart is here. And I have never seen anybody work so well with the board, all of the board, like she has. The board may be split, but we're not damaged. Thank you. I'll be very happy to give you my vote.
Thank you, Ms. Deeroff. Ms. Nyman.
Thank you. I agree with a lot of everybody's saying here, and Mrs. Torsia and I have had lots of joking, lots of carrying on. You can have fun with her, you can be serious with her, but everything everybody said, I do have concerns. I have heard from the public over different things, and I'm concerned financially, for one. We don't know where our finances are taking us right now. So I'm on the borderline here. I love Mary Beth Torsia very much. I think she's doing a great job with everything that's going on right now, but I hear my constituents also. So I'm on the borderline. I'm not sure how I'm going to vote yet tonight, but I know Mary Beth is not going to take this personally. She never has when I've disagreed with her. So regardless of how I vote tonight, please understand that it's nothing against you. I love you dearly, but I do have issues. Thank you.
Come on. Okay, everybody, I'm looking for more hands. If I don't see your hand, is there anybody left who just wants to chime in? If not, I would just like to say that it's a pleasure working with Ms. Torsia. She's going to be our 10th person on our board. She brings a lot to our discussions. She rallies the troops. I think it's going to be a very competitive market, and I think that we should be proud and not let this one get away. So I don't want to hold this up any longer. I'm excited, and I think we should just move right to this vote.
Mr. Foose,
Yes.
Ms. Hogan,
Yes.
Mrs. McWhirter,
Yes.
Ms. Nyman, Ms. Nyman, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your vote.
I'm going to say yes, but we really have to go after the finance part of it.
Mr. Updegrove,
Yes.
Mr. Brophy,
Yes.
Mrs. Denon,
Yes.
Ms. Deeroff,
Yes, yes.
Mr. Hemingway.
Very much, yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Congratulations, Mrs. Torsia.
Congratulations.
Well,
Congratulations.
I'm a bit emotional, so thank you very much. I had written down a few words. I just would like to take a moment to thank the school board for this opportunity to serve as superintendent of the Boyertown Area School District. I also want to acknowledge and thank our professional and support staff, as well as the administration, because I couldn't have done these last 5 months without all of them. You know, they always say you're only as good of a leader as those that are behind you. And I have a wonderful support, and I again have to give all the credit to our teachers and the work that they're doing, because without them right now, we wouldn't be able to be providing the quality education, you know, that we have been to our students under these times. I look forward to serving our school district and continuing to provide our students with a quality educational experience. And I can't wait for things to get back to normal, because I'm about being out there with the kids, and I want to be at sporting events, and I want to be at art shows and school shows. And I find every other area where kids are doing things and try to celebrate them, because there's so many things that go unnoticed, and people not sitting in the crowds. And that's what I like to do. So I can't wait till we can get back to normal. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
Thank you for all you do.
All right, Mary Beth, let's give you a second, because you're up again on personnel, but let's take a second if you need.
All right, now let's move right along. I would like to
You're
move
up.
on to personnel, and the motion would be to approve the personnel agenda as presented. But before we do that, I certainly want to acknowledge our teachers that are retiring. And you know, if you haven't heard the word yet, our longest standing teacher of 43 years, Mrs. Barbara Bigler, fourth grade teacher at Earl Elementary School, is retiring this year, which I cannot believe, but congratulations to Mrs. Bigler. Next, we would like to celebrate Nancy Gross. Her service with the school district has been 30 years. She has been working in special education. She has come in and out of the teaching ranks to support our director position when I had left, and she's working to facilitate as a supervisor right now. So thank you, Nancy Gross. Donna Keys, 4th grade teacher at New Hanover. Years of service are 19 years. Congratulations, Donna. And then we also have Dawn Van Turning, a special education teacher at Boyertown Elementary, 21 years of service with us. And again, congratulations, very excited. And last but not least, I'd like to recognize Mary Steffi. She is a cafeteria manager at New Hanover Elementary, and she has been with us for 31 years. So there are a lot of years going out the door right here, and big shoes to fill. So congratulations to all of you teachers. And you know, as we move forward, again, I would ask that the Board of Directors approve the personnel agenda as presented.
Sheriff moves.
McWhorter seconds.
Okay, we'll take it to a vote.
Mr. Foose,
Yes.
Ms. Hogan,
Yes.
Mrs. McWhorter,
Yes.
Ms. Nyman,
Oh, first of all, he forgot, Mr. Hemingway, you forgot comments.
Okay, I apologize. If anybody has a comment or a question or concern, you could bring that up.
I'm gonna vote yes, but I want to keep Mrs. Bigler here. So everybody can retire, but Mrs. Bigler has to stay. She still has my one grandson she didn't get my granddaughter, but she has my grandson possibly. So she has to wait another 4th grade. He's in another 3 years.
Any other questions, comments?
Mr. Hemingway, can I speak quickly?
Of course.
Thank you. I wanted to congratulate Mrs. Bigler and all the other staff on their retirement and say thank you. Truly, as someone whose life was changed so much for the better by the influence of my teachers, the work that you all do, all the staff in the schools do every day, there's just not enough words of gratitude. So thank you to you all, and congratulations.
Okay, we'll
Thank you.
continue with our vote unless anyone else has anything to say. Okay, let's continue with our vote.
Mr. Updegrove,
Yes.
Mr. Brophy,
Yes.
Mrs. Denon,
Yes.
Ms. Deeroff,
Yes.
Mr. Hemingway.
Yes.
Motion passes 9-0.
Okay, do we have any old business? I don't believe so. No old business. Public comment period number 2, just to clarify, nobody has signed up.
No one has signed up.
Okay, so that brings us to our board comments. Let me get my list up and I'm just going to go by hand. I'm sure we'll have a few comments. I'm just going down the row, Miss Denon, Miss McWhorter, and Miss Hogan. So Miss Denon, if you could start us off, that would be great.
Sure, thank you. I actually just had a question for Mrs. Torsha. When we were talking about, bringing the kids back, and I'm just assuming that the survey that we did was for us to get an idea of what the capacity was for those students who wish to come back. I am really happy that we're starting with those children who they and their parents feel that they really need to be in the classroom because they're struggling. Talking to lots of different parents, some of them are very, very happy and I mean, they're not thrilled with virtual, but their children are excelling at the virtual experience this year, although they would like to be doing their extracurricular activities. And then there are others who are really struggling. So I really appreciate you reaching out and trying to find, what is the best avenue for all those students. And I just want to say that in talking to all the parents, I do think that I appreciate the fact that there are parents who I do believe are making the sacrifice of keeping their children home virtually because they can. They're able to do that. They don't have to go physically to a job, and they have the support there for their child, so other children can go to school. And I think that's really admirable. And I think, publicly, I just want to acknowledge that, because I've been talking to a lot of parents, and that's what I've been hearing. And one just quick question for you, Mrs. Torsha, and I don't know if you can answer it, but when you were talking about we might need some more desks, or we might need some more personnel here and there. I know that when the pandemic started, there was some stimulus money, and now there's another bunch of stimulus money. I keep hearing that we have money sitting there that we have not used. I don't know if that's true or what the origin of that is. I know that there was ESSER money and then there was other money, but is there money there for us to provide either more personnel, or if we need things like thermometers or test kits or more guards or anything like that? I'm just curious about what the flow of the funding is.
Yes, there is money, and there's more money coming in, and that money doesn't have to be expended until 2023. So there's a lot of expenses that we do see that are going to surface in the future, and specifically with regard to any summer instruction that we can provide to students, whether they have an IEP or they're typical students, learners that just may need some more work over the summer. So we're going to have to keep an allotment of money there to make sure that we are supporting students beyond the school year. There is money there for us to get additional furniture. We have ordered more cafeteria tables. We are working on some staffing. So any of those things that we do need, there is funding there to support. Right now, a bulk of our money was spent in the laptops, ThinkPads, and they were ordered back in July. They just arrived. So our IT department, very small IT department, is unpacking boxes and getting this equipment ready for deployment and to swap out, equipment that may not be functioning as well, for kids. So they are working on that. But yes, Ms. Zannon, there is some funding, and we are spending it. So it's not like we're saving it or can use it for a rainy day. We know that the rainy days could be over the summer as we're helping kids to catch up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. McWhirter, you're up.
All right, two things. I wanted to congratulate Mrs. Torsha before I gave my reasons for voting for her, and now I just want to give my congratulations to our first first woman superintendent. So that's exciting. Congratulations. And I also wanted to, I just checked the list to see if Mrs. Bigler was on the list. I didn't see her, but I will do this anyway. Congratulations to all of those who are retiring. There's a lot of years that we're losing there. Mrs. Bigler just has a place in my heart as the mother of a student who had her when he went through 4th grade, not that many years ago. And as a parent who also went to Camp Inaba twice with her for their environmental camp that they did, I know how dedicated Mrs. Bigler has been to her students, and how that they are always first, and it has been, I'm sure, as every year I keep wondering if she's going to retire, and every year it hasn't happened until this year. So I'm sure it was a hard decision, and I appreciate everything that she's done and how dedicated she's been, both to the kids at Earl and the students at Earl, and to the Boyertown School District. in her many roles there. So thank you very much for a well-deserved retirement. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you, Mel. Next on my list, I have Ms. Hogan.
Thank you, Mr. Hemingway. I wanted to recognize Mrs. Torsha and congratulate her. I am taking some classes myself, and for one of my recent classes, I had to do some research, and I found something out that to me was quite surprising. And it's that in our nation, we have almost 14,000 superintendents, and yet under 2,000 of them are women, and yet 72% of all of our K-12 educators in this country are women. That's according to the U.S. Department of Education. So I think what Mrs. Torsha has accomplished really deserves special recognition. And she's really a role model to young females everywhere who want to be in what we think as traditionally male-led professions. So I appreciate that. And I think it's really amazing and awesome. Congratulations and thank you.
Ms. Deeroff.
Okay, I just wanted to say that Earl School will never be the same without Mrs. Bigler. She is a part of that school. She's like the cornerstone, and I can't imagine her leaving. I'm so disappointed. She's not as old as me yet. She can't leave. Anyway, thank you, Mrs. Bigler, for all the time, the effort, everything you put into the children in Earl School, and always taking them on that wonderful trip, which they still talk about after they're out of high school and after they're out of college, and they're still talking about it. So I wanted to say thank you there. The other thing I wanted to do is to say thank you to Mrs. Torsha. I don't know if reality has hit her yet or not, but she is the first superintendent in a long, long time that got a 9-0. And coming from a board as dysfunctional as sometimes we can be and not get along with each other as we have often done, that's quite an accomplishment that you pulled us all together and you got your 9-0. So congratulations, Mr. Stout. I don't know if you're bobbing around in your chair or your head's just saying yes, or you got a new bobblehead, but you agree with me, don't you?
All of the above. All of the above, Mrs. Deeroff.
So thank you again, Mrs. Torsha. I really appreciate you. I appreciate how you treat the board. You don't play favoritism. You don't hold back if you have something to say, and that's the way it should say. And you always listen to what we have to say, and then sometimes you tell me how wrong I am. But that's okay. We talk, and that's what it's all about. Thank you so much. I look forward to working with you for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Deeroff. Ms. Nyman.
Did I hear you correct, Mrs. Torsha, that we can use some of that money for possibly summer school?
Yes, you did hear me correct. And we are working on that right now and developing a plan to be able to deliver some summer instruction to all students, not just students with special needs.
Good. I think maybe we should start sending out some type of announcement to the parents so that they can prepare for that. Since they will,
office. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Nyman.
Since they will be looking for
I understand what you're saying. I know you're struggling right now. And Mr. Stout.
Care. So if they know that they're going to be there, they can do alternative care for whatever they need to.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, give them some advance notice on that.
Yep, we can at least give them a sneak preview and just make that announcement that we are looking into a summer program for students, to help with any learning that they need. We'll get something out from the Office of Teaching and Learning in the next weeks or so.
And that's for all grades, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, looking through my list, am I missing anybody who would be interested in a comment? If so, just speak up. I see none. So I'll just finish up. It's getting late, so I'll just finish up with a quick. I'd like to thank the board for that unanimous decision. That's monumental. Ms. Torsia, I too am excited to work with you. I think there's some great things down the pipeline for Boyertown. Also, Josh, I'd like to say another thank you to you for the work you did in recognizing the board. We all do appreciate it, and thank you. Eric and Sarah, another shout out to you guys for a nice presentation, and keep up the hard work. And again, we appreciate all the work that our students do. I think that's all that I have. Last call for anybody to speak up. Let's move to announcements. Any announcements?
Yes, Mr. Hemingway, we want to remind the board that there will, and the community, that we have added a meeting for next Tuesday, February 2nd. This will be a finance committee meeting, at which time Ms. Denicola will be presenting the preliminary budget and reviewing the contents of that. It will be a virtual only meeting, so we will be doing this via Zoom. And then the following week would be our committee of the whole meeting.
Does anybody know what happened to Mr. Sultanic? Is he still driving?
He's still there. Mhm.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to lose him.
Okay,
Mr. Sultanic doesn't want to be lost either. Okay, thank you.
Worried about you. I didn't see your name. I didn't hear you.
All right, everybody. I think that was a really good meeting. Thank you, everybody. I guess I'm just looking now for a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hemingway.
All right, everybody. Meeting adjourned. Have a fantastic rest of the night. Congratulations, Ms. Torsia.
Thank you, everyone.
Be safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.